Welcome to the Puff and Run Podcast Show, your number one source for news and information about marijuana and running, the latest updates on the 420 cross-country team, and races around the nation, and behind-the-scene details on the Puff and Run TV web series production schedule. Bringing you all and more, here's your host, the Vegas 420 runner.
It's the Puff and Run Podcast, back in your life.
Yeah, buddy.
It's July the
30th, guys.
Sunday, July 30th.
Sunday.
We're here in our fabulous Las Vegas studios, and we're back at you with episode 17.
17, baby. Yes, we are.
We got a lot of good stuff to get into today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to cannabis, especially cannabis in Las Vegas, and also with running, especially running in Las Vegas. But before we do any of that, I want to pause for a moment just to remember a colleague of mine, the neighborhood cousin Primo, one of the hosts of the Cannabis Plug podcast. He was a cancer patient, and
he lost his battle, unfortunately.
Yeah, just recently he made his transition, and so at this time we're gonna have a moment of silence. All right, guys.
Rest in peace, Mo.
Rest in peace, cousin. So yeah, I'm just at a loss for words. When he passed, it was just so shocking. I was I'm still planning to be on an episode of the Cannabis Plug.
Right.
And in my mind, he was going to be there. He was, if you go back and listen to some of the past episodes, he was really getting into the meat of the conversation and raising some very valid points and helping raise awareness. He did a lot of different things in the community. I would see him all the time at different events. He was very supportive of everything that I do, and somebody that I look up to, and it's just I was just shocked. So again, rest in peace, Primo. Pete, thanks for all the work you did, and yeah, thanks. Big shouts out. All right, guys, moving on. All right, on this episode of the Puff and Run podcast, we're going to be briefly touching on some of the stuff that went down in July. A lot of stuff has went down since the last episode. We're going to be talking about...
Yeah, man, you've been busy. You've been knocking it out of the park.
I've been trying to do my thing, We're going to talk about the race report, different races that we've done. We're going to talk about events and races that we've done and that are coming up here in the future in the next couple of months, going into the fall season.
Yeah, the year's almost done, man. We only got 5 months?
A few months left, yep. We're also going to be talking about some of the Vegas cannabis news here in Las Vegas, like the robbery.
Yeah, I heard of that, man. I was sleeping while that was happening.
Yeah, so I was out driving around at that time. So we're going to talk about the robbery. We're going to talk about the registry, the patient registry. Some news is going on with that. And we're also going to mention the cannabis tour bus. The cannabis tour bus efforts, and how that's kind of came to a halt at this time. And yeah, so anyways, going into the past, I'm gonna skip this. Going into the past, this past month, July 15th. For those of you we spoke about this in the past,
right.
The Colorado International Activism Film Festival.
Yes, which you were actually, I did come across it, a post that you were looking for sponsors to get out there, right?
Yes, I was even thinking about starting a Kickstarter and everything.
So, did it come through, or what happened? How dramatic? Because I know that you did end up over there.
Well, Redefine Cannabis was able to, Redefine Cannabis came through. Big shouts out to them. Everybody over at Redefine Cannabis. Check out redefinecannabis.com. They came through in the clutch and made sure that I was taken care of. I was able to get up there, have a place to stay. I even had a car to drive around while I was there.
Man, they took care of you.
I made some videos in the car that you can see on the Vegas 420 Runner Facebook. We'll talk about some more of the Colorado videos and the controversial videos I made here in a little bit. And so, yeah, Redefine Cannabis took care of me. I was up there. Fahrenheit 42.0, for those of you who don't know, is a short documentary film. It's about 15 minutes, and it's basically the build up to the November 8th vote. And it comprises chapter 1 of a multiple chapter feature film, which is still currently in production. Chapter 1 is being put out at the film festival so that we can hopefully find us a executive producer.
You gotta get that money, man. We're looking for a sponsor, guys.
I got a ton of footage. It just needs to be edited together. I've also been working with my homie Nelson over at Morning Coffee Productions. He's got a ton of footage.
Your coffee.
Morning Coffee Productions. He's got a ton of footage. I've got a ton of footage, and this is from November, building up to November 8th. November 8th when the results came out, and post November 8th. So, if we combine, a lot of the footage that we got, we had a decent editor, an executive producer to come in. This could be a really hot film. But anyways, chapter 1 is a short film, 15 minutes.
Right.
And so it was the semi-finalist, like I said, and it's the first award that I've received for one of my films. I've been in several film festivals.
So what place?
Just semi-finalists. Semi-finalists, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I guess maybe... there's a number of finalists and there's a number of semi-finalists.
Right.
So I will call it second.
Second.
Yeah.
Hey, close to first, always, baby.
Yeah. So anyhow, from that spun off a big opportunity that I want you guys to stay tuned and keep your ears open for. The Colorado International Cannabis Film Festival. Okay, coming soon in 2018. I'm working with Sharlene Holt.
Nice.
She is the director of the Colorado International Activism Film Festival. We had a long conversation. She's recruited me. I'm going to be one of the organizers, and we plan to put out the Colorado International Cannabis Film Festival early 2018. It's looking like February, March, probably mid-March.
Nice.
So stay tuned for that. We're going to have some more stuff coming out about that, and you guys are going to find out everything you need to know. If you want to make your submissions.
That's gonna be awesome, man.
Let's see what else we got. And then after that, a week later, I had to return to Denver for the 420 games.
I did see that, man. You had a blast out there. You were on some videos. You were smoking it.
Yeah.
Really smoking it.
Exactly. So yeah, the Denver 420 games, man. I went up there, and I stayed with the squad once again. 420 games, held it down. They make sure I was taken care of and everything like that. And then we had the race. The race was amazing.
Now, before that, I just want a fun fact. He actually was saying, and hopefully I'm not wrong, but you say your flight was lucky 777?
Yeah.
See, so he was coming from Vegas. He's being lucky already.
Well, the 777 flight was on my way back.
Oh, on the way back?
On the way back. So that's, I guess, for Vegas. I don't know if they did that.
Probably on purpose then, huh?
Yeah.
They're like, hey guys, we're going back to Vegas, 777.
And that reminds me.
Probably make you want to gamble.
Exactly, 777. So I want to give a shout out to Local Legends, Local Legends LV, 777 for life. And so, yeah, shout out to Local Legends.
Right. My bad. So you were saying you got back and you were...
No, so I got back to Denver. I'm doing the 420 games. And let's see. I got to meet up with some very interesting people. I met up with the young lady that runs the Get Lit, Get Fit. Okay, so you guys want to check that out on social media at Get Lit, Get Fit. And find out more about that. She was actually in Las Vegas on July 1st. For the legalization of recreational responsible adult use.
Nice.
Okay, and she's put together a blog about that.
Okay.
Her blog will be coming out on the 420crosscountry.com website August 1st. So if you want to check out, out-of-towners perspective from being here, and she's also in the cannabis community, she's also in the fitness active lifestyle community, Get Lit, Get Fit. She put out a really dope blog. We've already shared the blog from her website on all over our Facebook, but Puff and Run and Vegas 420 Runner, 420 Cross Country, but we're also going to be featuring it on the 420crosscountry.com website.
And that's get-lit-get-fit.myshopify.com.
Thank you for that. Yes, so guys, definitely go check out that website. This girl's got some real hot stuff, and I look forward to collaborating with her more in the future. Another a big thing that we had going down, the finishers, Podium finishers. Once again, Heather DeRose of Mjfitnut.
Yep.
Okay, she takes
Mjfitnut
first place for the ladies.
representing.
Okay, representing. Out there doing her thing once again. Alright.
Let's recruit this, man. She's a golden star.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. So we're going to be doing a lot more collaborations with Mjfitnut. They've been reaching out to me. They want to help promote the podcast. They're interested in a sponsorship. We've been talking, regularly. I've been seeing them at all the events, and they're doing a lot of stuff with more than just running, And so, I'm really focused on the running aspect of it. So, I want to help them. They want to help me as much as possible. So I really look forward to collaborating with them as well. Go check out Mjfitnut on social media. All right. And if you guys want to see the podium call, you want to see us get our medals and stuff, you can go on the Vegas 420 Runner.
Check it out, guys. It's on there. Who was shooting the video, man?
There was a random stranger. If you watch the video, you can see I asked the first people. They're like, no, we can't film it. They're like, how long? I was like, 5 minutes. They're like, no, we got to go right now. And then I was like, damn. And so then this was like a random guy. Oh, his name is Connor. The guy who filmed it, his name is Connor.
Hey, good job, Connor. Thank you for doing that for the homie. He appreciates it, man.
Yes.
Great stuff, man.
Exactly. Thanks, Connor. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we gotta show thanks to those little guys.
Yeah, and so for the men's podium, we had a guy named Gilbert. That's men's first place. We had a guy named AB. That's men's second place. And then for third, Heru, Amun, and your very own Vegas 420 runner tied for third place. So I just barely made the podium. I caught him right at the end. So he was ahead of me the whole time. He was doing his thing. He works in more calisthenics, and he doesn't do long distance running.
Was this more of a sprint for you?
This is a sprint for me, but for everybody else it's long distance. And so he doesn't do long distance running. But I was very impressed. He's doing his thing. So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
We shared some of his content as well. So you guys definitely want to check that out when you get the chance.
Right on,
and
man.
There's also a little clip of that on my Instagram as well. Vegas 420 Runner Instagram, you can see a clip of that as well. Now, this is the thing. Gilbert, AB, and Heru all have agreed to come onto the show. And I was hoping to have them on this time, but we got so much stuff to kind of cover and bring everybody up to speed because we haven't done an episode in so long. So my plan is the next episode, we're going to go ahead and bring them on. I know you just recently did an episode over the phone of your podcast, Run2Improve Podcast.
Yes, I did, and it came out all good. So we'll work it out, man. I'll give you the pointers, get it set up, and we'll connect with all three guys. Gilbert, if anything, we'll do Skype since you have your Mac.
Yeah.
We'll do Skype, and we'll put the phone, We'll set it up since we can't talk to them. Yeah. And we'll download an app.
All right. Gilbert, AB, Heru, you guys are all scheduled to be on the show. Of course, Mjfitnut, I want to, do a separate show with them because they got a lot of information. They got a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to feature the two leaders of Mjfitnut, Antonio and Heather. I want them on the show. They got a lot of great content coming out. Speaking of great content coming out of Colorado, we just once again got to tip our hat to the OG AC, also known as Avery Collins, the professional ultra runner.
Yeah, get it done, baby.
Go to RunninHigh on YouTube, RUNNIN space HIGH, and you could go to RunninHigh. I think they're on Facebook as well, but RunninHigh on YouTube, or go to the Avery Collins page on Facebook. And you can see he recently came out with episodes 9, 10, and 11. I haven't been able to check out episodes 9, 10, and 11 as of yet.
Yeah, man, you've been busy, so I've been
super busy. So I see episode 10 is like 20 minutes or something, So I really want to watch those videos, and so I'm gonna watch those before we do the next episode. That's my plan.
For sure, man. Get that done.
Now, in the same line of this conversation, Colorado, as I said, we were doing a lot of traveling and stuff. I mean, I was doing a lot of traveling.
You were being Mr. Sneaky.
Exactly. So I put out some videos showing.
I was tripping. I was like, wait, what is he doing, man? He's going to get caught.
I put out some videos showing how I was taking flower to and from Colorado. And
5.1
for medicinal purposes. So anyways, in the most controversial video, I had about 5 grams on me when I was coming back to Las Vegas. I live streamed before going in there, tips on the weed sneaking tip of the day, how to get through the airport. I did another live stream at the security gate, and then once I got through security, I did another live stream video showing all the different cannabis that I had on me. And then once I got home, I did another video live streaming the amount that I brought, which came out to be about 5.3 grams that I had brought home with me to Las Vegas. And it was in my bag. You can go to the Vegas 420 Runner Facebook page to see all those videos. I explain step by step how and why I do this. Gotcha. Now, afterwards, there's a lot of people, of course, they're concerned, right, for my safety. Right. They're concerned.
Like, please, I don't want to let homie go down like
that. They're concerned for my well-being. I will say this does not matter. These next 2 statements do not matter at all. So, folks, do not try this. Do not try this. Guys, do not try this. And what I'm about to say does not matter. But I am a medical patient, okay? And I am going from recreational state to recreational state. That doesn't matter. But that is something that I would tell myself, And so anyhow.
So is that valid in a way?
No, it's no way valid. It's no way valid.
Because you're going from one state to another.
Because the airports are federal property, federal land, federal property, however you want to call it. So the federal laws apply there. Okay. Now at the same time, it's a small amount. A lot of people, I estimate, are bringing stuff through, not just flour, but also concentrates, edibles, etc. Right. They're not really checking for that stuff. Gotcha. Now, some people were telling me about the dogs at the airport. The dogs at the airport are there for bombs, explosives, stuff like that. That's what those dogs are smelling. If those dogs were trained to smell cannabis, a lot of people that go to the airport smell like cannabis. They smoke right before they go there.
Now, I have to ask, man, because like I said, I was concerned. If it's the same state that you can smoke and buy, and you go over there and smoke and buy, why run the risk? Or is it just part of your own? Like your own experiment.
No,
the
exactly.
Experiment.
It's a good question, and some people were asking me that same question. They weren't criticizing me, but they were asking me, what's this about? Why? Yeah. So what that is, part of it is a social media stunt. Okay?
Look at this guy. He's always here doing stunts, guys.
It's a social media stunt. Okay? Those videos got some views. Yes. Yeah, so it's controversial. It's non-violent. It's something. It's not crazy. I'm not going to get hurt,
Your next stunt's coming up.
And actually in that most recent time, I had some nugs had nugs out in the open for them to find, kind of hope, because I wanted to see their reaction. Right. So I kind of put some nugs here and there out in the open for them to find, so that they can say, "Sir, you can't do this," or "What's the process?" I would apologize. I would go through the process.
They're like, "Sir, time to do cavity search." He'd be like, "No." So
after
that, he'll be like, "Can I have a nug, please?"
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't. It's not a really big deal. So
that's cool.
They let me ride through, and so that's not something I'm gonna do all the time. But it is something that if you go look in my other trips, you've seen I've done that a few times, and I'm kind of telling about. That's the first time I ever showed anything at the airport, and that's the most I've ever taken. Like usually it's maybe 1 or 2 grams.
Gotcha. Okay, no worries.
So
it was just interesting. I was like, wow.
I hope nobody's offended, and
they were just more concerned.
Yeah, thanks for your guys' concern. Everything is okay.
Thanks for caring, guys. Thanks for caring.
Exactly. It was a social media stunt. I know a lot of people could be concerned about, this is, you guys got to remember, I'm at that point in time, I'm representing Redefine Cannabis and stuff like that.
So you had to, yeah.
It wasn't necessarily, if I was like, had an exclusive sponsor or partnership with a larger brand, or I'm representing a brand at the 420 games or something of that nature. Or, I mean, at that time it was the Colorado Activism Film Festival. If like, let's say like a brand had sponsored me to go there and all this stuff, then that isn't something that I'd be doing. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, it makes sense. Because like I was reading this book and just recently it says, if you want to be noticed, scream, right?
Yeah.
So basically, and I took it as like whatever you're doing, you want to get attention, basically.
Yeah.
So that's what you wanted.
Yes.
I wanted to get that attention.
Yes.
And he did and didn't get the attention you were hoping for.
Yeah.
But you were ready for it.
So now, awesome. To help further the attention, what we're going to end up doing is editing those videos together to more succinct clips, where it's just going clip, and you can see it kind of more like a Snapchat video, where it's going from each clip. So there's a lot of talking. I do a lot of explaining in there. But
crazy, man.
So I'll just give you guys 3 quick tips how to get it through if you just wonder and you don't got time to watch the videos. 1, drink alcohol before you go. Have a beer or a couple shots before you go through security. Okay?
Why is that?
That makes it more believable if you try to play dumb, like, that was in my bag. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they're like, he been drinking and stuff. 2, don't wear cannabis paraphernalia, like a cannabis hat and a cannabis t-shirt.
Hey, but you're rocking everything.
Well, that's how I get down. I wear a cannabis hat and cannabis t-shirt when I do this.
So don't be the 420 cannabis guy.
Exactly. So you're probably going to do this for your personal use. You're not doing a social media stunt. So you want to be kind of low key. You don't want to be wearing all your cannabis gear like I do, because I'm doing a social media stunt.
So hold on to cannabis boxers or cannabis thongs and all those other things, guys. But yeah, continue. And
the last tip, this is the most important. This is the most important tip if you're taking any cannabis products, particularly flower, through airport security. Pick the right line to go through.
Either categories, what do you look for?
You just gotta kind of look. So now I was in line and I seen those all ladies running this line, and I thought this could be good for me. You know what I mean? So I stood in this line. But I stood and they were moving slower. Okay. This tells me that they're probably checking more thoroughly.
Right.
You know, and then I saw a line right to my left, and there was a ton of security all over in the here and there, and they're all around this line.
They're waiting for you. Like,
but
hey, come on.
The line was moving so quick.
Right.
And so that's when I thought, you know what? That line's moving quick. There's a ton of them over there. It seems like they're, you know what I mean?
Getting it down.
Splitting up the work or something. So I went through that line. That was my thought process when choosing which line to go through.
And it was a good outcome?
Yeah, it was a good outcome. So there's a few quick tips. I give a little bit more tips on the Facebook page, Vegas 420 Runner, on the live stream video. So
definitely check those out, guys, if you guys need help with that. Or hit them up, send them a message, PM them.
Alright, exactly. Send me a message and I'll talk you through it. Now, anyhow, now we're moving on to the more present situation. As you guys know, on episode 16, we reported on the shortage in Las Vegas, the cannabis shortage in Las Vegas. There was a quote-unquote shortage, a cannabis shortage in Las Vegas. The governor called a state of emergency to get this all resolved.
They're like, call 911, we ain't got no more weed.
Now, for those who aren't really tapped in or tuned in, it wasn't that we ran out of weed. A lot of people, especially in other states, they're not exactly well versed on what's going on down here. They don't read the papers, of course, in Vegas because they live somewhere else.
Actually, I think it's the news too, man. They give you roundabout words.
Yeah, the headlines. Yeah. The headlines. A lot of times you just got time to browse the headlines. Oh, there's a weed shortage in Las Vegas.
Right.
So it wasn't that we ran out of weed. It was an issue with the distribution, the liquor distributors, yada, yada, yada. Boring stuff of deals being made in the past. All this stuff, as you know, it was all made plain in the past, in writing and whatnot. The liquor distributors didn't make their intentions known until we had moved forward with some things, and then they decided, hey, we do want to be a part of this. That's a truncated version, a shortened version.
With that, I just think they're like, you know what, we don't want to be part of this. But then they realize, we can make so much money. We want to get back on here.
Well,
hey, you had the opportunity.
Well, this is the thing. I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I believe that they planned to wait until the very last minute and pull this move from the jump. Yeah. When they knew this stuff was going down, they're like, you know what? Such and such before, we'll pull this move, and then we'll use it as leverage in negotiating. And so, as you guys know by now, there's been somewhat of a resolution to the issue where there's the distributors for medical marijuana are continuing to do this for the time being, as the liquor distributors go forward with the process of getting their all their ducks in a row for whatever inspections or the licensing process or whatever they got to go through.
Right.
So the shortage is, I guess, resolved for the time being. For the most part. I mean, I'm not really sure. Now, I haven't been to any dispensaries. I haven't shopped at any dispensaries since Rec went online, because we reported the shortage at Bud Tender Fight Club. That's when I first found out the shortage was going to be coming in the June, Bud Tender Fight Club, and so I had to put some ducks in a row. Right. I haven't been back to the dispensaries since recreational started.
Right. No, I feel you.
So I don't really know kind of what's going down with that. We're going to talk about the registry in a minute, as somebody might have told you about the rec thing that you're telling me.
Right.
A boy was telling you about. So basically, I haven't been there. I can't report that much on the scene now because I haven't been to any dispensary. I've been traveling around. I had a lot of bud, and plus I brought some back from Colorado, as you guys know.
Right. Well, actually, just so you know, I was near a location, and I was like, let me go check it out. Maybe they know the 420 runner.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I always go talk to people that are affiliated with the brand, especially with your brand.
Yeah.
So I go out there and talk to them. Like you know, I'm pro with you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me go talk to him. I want to get some information. So I go walk in there, and they're like, excuse me, sir, before you walk in there, you got to fill this application. And I'm like, well, I ain't buying nothing. I just want to check it out. Well, you have to register if you want to buy anything. I'm like, well, I don't want to buy nothing. I just want to come and see, please.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, go right ahead, sir. So after a little bit of debacle there, they're like, okay, they finally let me in. So I walk in there, I checked it out. It's pretty nice, very clean, very pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, pretty interesting. But I was thinking, why would people want to register on something if they want to buy something?
Yeah.
And supposedly they're going to make it illegal, like alcohol.
Right. Okay. So exactly, that's a very good point. So let's clarify some things here. Now, we got the medical patient registry, which we're going to mention here in a minute, that has been up for dispute or whatever. But this is what I think, with the papers that they're asking you to fill out, it's kind of like a Smith's card where they get your email, you become one of their patients, and they just email you and text you and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I imagined that it would be an optional thing, just like with Smith's. You don't have to get the Smith's card.
Right.
You know, in my imagination, a rec user could just go to the dispensary, flash their ID, boom, I'm 21, right, and then they're good.
Nah, for some reason, the way they made it seems that if you don't fill it out, you can't buy.
Yeah, so
I was like,
that's odd. So if you guys could please make a few comments, especially any people who purchased rec, you know, if there's any dispensaries where you could just flash your license and get in and make your purchase, let us know. And if everyone makes you fill out this information, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that as a rec for rec users, you know. Now, in the same vein, we got the medical registry, which recently was brought up for debate. So, you know, I'm trying to find out more about that. Basically, I don't know if you guys seen it, but I'll just read you this clip from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. A medical marijuana patient is asking the Nevada Supreme Court to reconsider its refusal to end mandatory state registration and fees for medical pot cards, now that marijuana is legal statewide for recreational use. Okay, the pot cards thing, this is the Las Vegas Review-Journal website, so I don't know if they're technically called pot cards, but there's that word again, pot. Remember the pot news tab that we spoke about in the past? So yeah, the pot news tab, and here they are calling it medical pot cards. I don't think that's the correct term, but I could be wrong. And now let me skip down to here. In a sharply worded petition for rehearing filed on his behalf late Thursday, Las Vegas attorney Jacob Hafner characterizes the justices as cowardly for sidestepping questions about fundamental rights to healthcare in the ruling earlier this week. denying John Doe's appeal of a lower court ruling. I did skip a paragraph. I'm trying to get to the good stuff. Forcing medical pot card holders to register with the state violates their constitutional rights against self-incrimination, given that the U.S. government still considers pot illegal. You know, and then here's a quote: "We have a system where if you want to use cannabis as medicine, you need to get permission from the state first, and they need to monitor your acquisitions. But if you want to party, you can circumvent the state and go straight to the same dispensary and buy the same product." You know, the Supreme Court agreed with the state's lawyers who argued the ballot measure voters approved in 2000 made legal use of medical pot contingent upon the patient's participation in the state registry. The court said there was no violation of the Fifth Amendment protections, and that's also something that we touch on in the Fahrenheit 42.0. Gotcha. Okay. Dr. Greenbeard mentioned some of that in a court hearing, and you know, there's a lot of footage that isn't included in Chapter 1, but we did come up on some of that in the court hearing that was screened in Chapter 1. And so, guys, if you want to find out more, go to the Las Vegas Review-Journal website, go to the drop-down menu, go to the news tab. There's a drop-down menu, and then go to the pot news tab and click on that, and they have all the latest articles there. So, as far as that goes, I got to talk to my colleagues. I got to see where it stands. You know, I don't like doing all that.
So what do you think? Do you feel that they should be registering and paying these fees and getting these cards when there's no need for it?
Well, I'll say this. But I can't, you know, not being able to have a concealed weapon and being in the state registry. I don't mind because this is my industry. But at the same time, you know, it's a little bit uncomfortable because all the rec users can have concealed weapon, but the medical user can't have a concealed weapon. So
once you have a card, you can't get a gun?
You can't get a concealed weapons license. So does that mean you open carry or does that mean you just got to keep your gun at home?
Right.
You know, there's different ways to go about it.
Or different guidelines.
Yeah, different guidelines. Now, I've had a medical marijuana license for the past 2 years from the state. You know, my license is due this month, I think July 27th.
So if it expires, does that mean you're done? That you're off the registry?
So I could be off the registry. However, I also have a doctor's recommendation from California. You know, so I want to give a shout out to gettinglegal.com. And
Getting Legal.
If you guys listen to the podcast, you know they got a commercial on damn near every episode. But yeah, I got a doctor's recommendation from gettinglegal.com, which is a different kind of approval than the Nevada medical marijuana license. And so it was also a little bit cheaper for me. And so I think, you know, I may just stick with that route. I used to enjoy the fact that I had both. And I like to flash my medical marijuana license around to people to let them know I'm legit. Right. But now I think I'm just going to do the doctor's recommendation. And so that's different. Now you can get your concealed weapons license with a doctor's recommendation. Gotcha. You know?
Okay.
Now, this is the other thing, and I'm pretty sure that's right, but this is the other thing. If you ever hear anything on this podcast that you don't think is true or that we may have been wrong or mistaken,
let them know.
Please leave a comment, leave a post. We want to get everybody the most updated and accurate information, and we will come back and we will mention, you know, the corrections.
We'll make it correct.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's how it's going down right now. And my main thing is the medical users need to have privilege. So maybe if you're not in the state registry, there needs to be something that's saying you're a medical user so you can skip the line, so you can get the cheaper prices and different things like that.
So if they do have a registry, give them privileges.
Right. And maybe it's something, I mean, maybe I would be comfortable with, hey, if you got your Nevada ID, you know, maybe that, because I really feel like a lot of this is built around for the tourists and the people coming from out of town.
Right.
I think if you have a Nevada ID or a medical license or doctor's recommendation from another state or a Nevada ID, I think that would be, what do you guys think? Nevada ID?
Okay, but so why would somebody say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my medical license or my medical license to get to be able to buy when somebody could already just go buy it? What's the main idea? I mean, if I gotta pay the licensing, $150, then I gotta wait until it gets here, then I'm registered into something, right?
Yeah.
Then at the end I'm out $150.
Well, wait, but now the purchases you make over that course of that year, you might save more than $150, like depending on how much you purchase. if you're getting a rec price compared to a medical price.
Okay, so one benefit, different pricing.
Lower pricing.
Lower pricing.
You know, lower pricing. So that adds up over time.
Benefit of having a rec.
And also having a medical, the pricing, and also the amount you're allowed to have on you, you know, and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to get into the growing stuff because it's a whole conversation of who can grow, who can't grow, who got the license, when they got it, all that stuff. I live in an apartment. I don't grow. If you live in an apartment, don't grow. If you live in a house, do your research, you know. But I feel very... having my medical patient status is important to me. You know, I'm not a rec user. That's why it's very important for me to keep my status, my medical patient status. I don't necessarily like the registry and all that, but it's important for me to be,
so,
you know.
For you take it in as like, hey, I'm not doing it. You want people to take you serious about what you're using it for.
Exactly.
And by them kind of...
I'm using it for something serious.
By them kind of allowing it to be everywhere, it kind of took away from that. So some people might not look at it in a serious tone no more. They'll be like, this guy was always lying or whatever it may be, right? It gives that new point of view of thinking that way, of saying, now it's legal.
Well, I think it just really helps me spread my message further.
Okay.
When I'm speaking, especially with runners and the fitness lifestyle.
Gotcha.
You know, because a lot of the medical stuff I use it for is stuff that comes from
showing
running.
them it's legit from
it's
saying,
not.
Hey, it's not something I just made up on the.
It's not necessarily me drinking a beer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where that is just straight up recreational. For the most part.
Taking it out of the context, guys. I just want to ask questions, you know, so that way if somebody out there is thinking the same way I'm thinking, we get this taken care of.
Yep. Yeah. Now, in other news, I guess you heard about the robbery.
Las Vegas robbery, guys. I was sleeping.
It happened at what time? Let's play this.
Allegedly.
We're gonna play this clip. We're gonna play this 2-minute clip for you guys, for those who didn't know.
Guys.
Metro Police says they targeted a Las Vegas pot shop early this morning with a hot commodity product and cash on hand. 8 News Now reporter Mauricio Marin looked at what kind of security marijuana dispensaries require.
Metro Police say 3 brazen thieves broke into Blackjack Dispensary early this morning using crowbars to get through a wall. There was also a getaway driver waiting for them, but before they could escape, officers rolled up and caught them in the act. An early morning burglary at Blackjack Dispensary led to an officer firing his gun.
At approximately 4:20 this morning is when the shots fired call came in.
Metro Police say no one was hit. Officers arrived after getting a call about 3 men breaking through a wall with crowbars while a 4th suspect waited in a car.
At this point, what we know is we have at least 2 crowbars that were recovered on scene behind the marijuana dispensary.
Eventually, all 4 suspects were taken into custody after police chased them. It happened in this industrial part of town near Sahara and Interstate 15. 3 other pot dispensaries are on the same street, including Acres Cannabis.
We believe in treating this like it's a bank.
John Mueller owns a dispensary. He knows thieves are looking to prey on small businesses, just like they did down the road from his store this morning, especially with a hot commodity product like marijuana. So he doesn't take chances. He has 24-hour armed security guards who are military veterans and much, much more.
So we have armed security up front. We use panic buttons at every register here. 38 cameras that are operating this facility at all times.
Surveillance cameras are a requirement, being monitored at all times. Every square inch of his dispensary is recorded with video cameras and stored for 90 days.
When you walk through that door, you're on camera, for better or worse. And it's just part of the equation here. We want to protect our patients first and foremost.
And work to deter thieves.
When it comes to cash, Acres Cannabis keeps as much off-site as possible. As far as the dispensary hit today by the thieves, Blackjack Dispensary Management wanted to thank Metro Police for their quick work. The dispensary has live video surveillance being monitored, according to police. Back to you.
All right, guys. So there's the news clip.
Man, that's crazy. That means these guys chilled there for they got there at 4:15 probably. They're like, hey, let's light up, let's chill. 4:18 came along. They're like, hey man, we gotta get this shit. And then at 4:19 they lit it up. And then at 420, they're puffing on their way there. And that's what got them caught.
I don't know. It's crazy. And so you see how they say that it happened at 420?
Yeah, right, guys.
Do you think that's a coincidence, or is the media playing games?
Yeah.
Secondly, the cops shooting a shotgun at somebody running away with the crowbar. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't feel good about that.
It's like Grand Theft Auto stuff.
I don't feel good about that. People running with crowbars, you can't shoot guns at them, okay?
Don't they have taser guns?
They could have did 1,000,001 different things. They got all these different things. They caught all the suspects, but maybe he just reacted quick. I guess they're going to do an investigation. I don't know all the details. Again, we're dealing with the media, so we don't know how they're spinning it, but they made it seem as if these people are running away and the cops are busting a shotgun at them. I feel not good about that.
Well, like I said, I'm here to play the devil's advocate. I understand what you're saying on that. A little bit, I would say, too much excessive force.
Yeah.
For the situation, unless they showed otherwise with another weapon, But other than that, I would have to say, hey, they run. Go after them. There's other methods, like you said, of attaining these guys. I know they're doing something bad, but come on, guys. We're not here to kill nobody. We're here to protect and serve, and we appreciate what you do, but sometimes you got to think about those attacks or those forms of communication between you guys and the suspects.
Right.
But
now with the banks not being able to take all the money from the dispensaries, where's all that money at? That's something that people might ask themselves. So
that's just chill.
For armed security, we got to get some armed people there. I know some dispensaries don't want to have armed guards because if something were to happen federally, a gun on the property will make the charges significantly worse. So that's why some people don't want to have guns on the property. All the cameras are supposed to be live streaming straight to the police department, but that's a lot of cameras from a lot of dispensaries. Nobody can monitor all that at the same time, And
unless they're hiring,
so are they going to be doing armed security? I think that is going to have to. Eventually, I don't know. We did talk about security a couple episodes ago,
right.
And how they were not, So I don't know, when you start hiring security from outside the cannabis community that don't know the cannabis community, don't know the difference between medical and recreational, they're just a security. There's got to be some type of special security teams that specialize in this. I know there are some.
Right.
So I want to give a shout out to them, but that's who we're gonna have to be dealing with,
Right.
We're gonna have to figure out
you gotta
something.
Find out.
Yeah. So that's a little update on that. I also wanted to touch on the tour bus. Okay, they got the tour bus on hold right now. I don't know if you guys have heard about the marijuana tour bus, but all of a sudden, it was going good. I thought, I saw it in the news and stuff. I thought we were gonna be doing this. People were making reservations in advance. However, it looks like they're going to be putting a halt on that. So again, you should be able to find that on the Las Vegas Review-Journal Pot News tab, and go check it out. Oh yeah, plans for Las Vegas marijuana bus tour hit legal roadblock. A handful of private bus companies want to give passengers a chance to take a high road in Las Vegas. These would be roach coaches. These would-to-be roach coaches want to offer a space. Here goes the Review Journal, making it, all funny again. Offer spaces that complies with state laws to privately consume marijuana, but the shuttle operations have hit a road bump. A little-known Nevada law prohibits anyone from ingesting the drug while inside a moving vehicle. A misdemeanor punishable with a maximum $600 fine. Well, doggone it, I want one of those tickets. Okay?
I know, I saw that post. I was like, oh, yeah.
I'm going to post this on my Instagram.
He's going to get one.
I'm smoking in a moving vehicle in the back of the van, and so go ahead and give me the ticket. It's also against the law to rent a private vehicle to use marijuana, but that isn't deterring some potential pot tourism operators. And so basically, there's it's at a halt right now. We're just stay tuned for that. We're gonna be reporting on that. I'm gonna get on that bus. I'm gonna make a reservation.
So does that mean that, right now, the party buses? I've been to a party bus, right?
That's the thing.
They're drinking.
They're dancing, popping pills. They're doing everything.
They can't smoke in there?
They can't smoke. And see, one of the things was that I heard about was that there was a window separating the driver from the back with different air ventilation, different air conditioner, and everything. They had some things worked out, you know what I mean?
Right.
But anyhow, it's gonna have to we got to resolve this thing, because if you go check out that article, there's a video on it too, and they're explaining if people come here, you can't use it in public. You're not supposed to use it at the hotels. You can only use it in private residences. These people don't know anybody. They're from Idaho or whatever.
Strangers are gonna start opening the doors. Hey guys, come in.
Somebody have already been talking to me about that idea. You know, charging per head. Come chill, smoke out at my crib 2 hours, $50 or something like that. You know what I mean? And just bring a couple people at a time. $50, you know, for an hour or two.
Entrepreneurs, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Give them a lift there, give them a lift back. They pay you $50 an hour. I mean, I don't know how it's going down, but somebody was telling me about that idea. So I think you can do that. I don't know. We got to look into that. Next, I want to mention the Vegas Cannabis Summit. The Vegas Cannabis Summit.
Okay.
I was just there. I got to check out the Pro Cannabis in Pro Sports panel.
Nice.
Of course, Las Vegas' very own GLP Steve Cantwell from Green Light Productions. He was one of the panelists. Baby. Yes, he was up there on stage talking about his experience in MMA. There was also a hockey player up there, and there was a football player up there.
Nice.
And that same football player was at the 420 games in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyhow, so he's from the NFL, and they were all like former pros, and so they were talking. It was the sports.
Is that the one that was talking on the previous game?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
Brenton, I can't remember his name. That's why I don't wanna.
No, I feel you. Sorry about that, but yeah, we know who you are, guys.
Yeah, and so I was at the Vegas Cannabis Summit. It was pretty cool. There was a lot of I'm not gonna say vendors. They weren't vending, but like booths with information. I saw Evergreen Organix. Evergreen Organix was in the building.
Nice.
They were doing their thing. Las Vegas Normal was in the building. I guess you could say UNLV SSDP was in the building.
So they were out there by themselves, like. Evergreen
They had their booth
up there by themselves. Like
I mean, no. The panel is the panel that's speaking.
Gotcha.
But the booths are like where there's information, there's swag. Like see this Evergreen Organic sticker on my calendar.
Gotcha.
See this GLP sticker on my calendar.
Yeah.
I picked those up there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you see this? Read this.
Oh.
I got this there too.
It's a shirt, baby.
Got me a little tank top.
He's gonna be showing his man nips.
Alright.
Eat, sleep, smoke, repeat. Damn, that's his motto.
And what's it say at the bottom?
Evergreen Organics.
Evergreen Organics, baby.
Oh damn, that's a nice tee, man.
Yeah, they got me a little. They hooked me up. So
that's awesome right there.
So I got that, and I just want to say, so I had a great time. I got a chance to talk with Steve from GLP. You know what I'm saying? Rob Ruckus, he was out there. I got a chance to chop it up with him a little bit. Jason Sturtzman, the big homie, he was out there. He did a panel on how to get a job in the cannabis industry.
Okay.
If you want to see that panel, you can go to the UNLV Rebels Can Facebook page.
Gotcha.
We shared the live stream video provided by Las Vegas Normal. Las Vegas Normal, they live streamed it, so we shared it on the UNLV Rebels Can Facebook page. Go there and check it out.
Nice.
And I got a chance to holler at Jen Solis. She was out there. She was doing her thing. She was on the same panel with Jason on how to get a job in the industry. And I got a chance to kick it with Ben from Oasis. I told him what's up. He was up there on the panel as well.
It sounds like
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. That's why I didn't say his last name. You know.
It sounds like all your community is kind of like ending up in the same place now.
Yeah, so a lot of people were out there. Bill from Vegas Cannabis Magazine, he had some really good questions for the panelists.
Nice.
So everybody was out there doing their thing. I also want to give a special thanks for the ladies that made it possible for me to be able to be in attendance at this awesome summit, at this awesome cannabis summit. This is the Cannabis Nurses Network. Okay, CNNC2017.com. Check out this
Nurses Network.
Yeah, the Cannabis Nurses Network. They hooked it up. They hooked me up with the ticket. They got me in the door. They showed love to your boy, the Vegas 420 runner. Thank you very much, Cannabis Nurses Network. www.cnnc2017.com. Go check out their site, and they got a big conference coming up. I'll tell you some more details about that. I'll tell you some more details about that in just a minute when we go over the future schedule. In the meantime, because we're winding down here, I'm going to buzz down the future schedule. We got other stuff we got to do. We got places we got to go to. But is there any updates from the Run to Improve? I just got this schedule.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, guys, there's actually a few updates. I got, I would say, 9 juicy updates for y'all. So you guys ready? So basically, as you guys know, first of all, let me give a big congrats to Becky Matson and Matthew Nelson, aka Matthias585, for being out there and representing and putting in that work. Sorry I missed you guys on the last episode 16. I was hoping to meet Matt today and say what's up, but he wasn't on the show today. So let him know what's up, alright?
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, guys, so that was my first thing on the agenda. I wanted to give a shout out to those guys. Always repping. So good stuff. Second, I want to also give a big shout out and a big thank you to Triple Dare Running Company for putting out and hosting another great race. Thank you for believing in me, and thank you for bringing this race to everybody out here in Vegas. You guys rocked it, man. They were out there. We're talking about 3 degrees of hell.
Okay.
You know, they were doing their thing. They were making sure everybody was hydrated. They had people in the cars, water guns, and everything, man. So great job, Heidi. We love you.
Hey, congrats on the 7 miler you did.
Man, thank you. Yeah, that was no joke, man. That was I was trying to get out there. I actually made it to the 3rd race. I didn't race though, but I was out there taking photos, showing my support, you know, making sure that they were covered at least in that sense.
Yes.
You know, but it was good stuff, and I heard the podcast, and thank you again for those shout outs, man. Appreciate that. Now, third thing on my agenda, guys, I just released episodes 1 through 6 on YouTube. So there's actually a video there. There's actually a section. So when you go to YouTube, type in Run2Improve 702. And then on the playlist, look at Run2Improve Podcast Show. And you'll have episodes 1 through 6 on there. In case you don't have a podcast app or you can't download it, go to the YouTube. It's free. You can always check them out there, you know. I'm slowly catching up and putting the other episodes. And we're doing good other than that, you know. But yeah, guys, so check those out. Also, the latest episode 15, was just released on Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, and of course podcast.com. That's PODCASTS.com. I prefer them because they actually host my stuff for free, no attachments. So check them out, guys. Like I was saying, episode 15 just was released. I was actually had the pleasure of featuring this young lady. Her name is Mariana Cuevas. She's a fitness instructor, also a weight loss motivator. She actually lost 75 pounds herself, and she's out there doing her thing, man. She's an awesome person. So if you haven't checked out that episode, I recommend it. Check it out, man. So that was that, and the episode was off the chain, guys, so you gotta check it out, okay? No lies, you know that your boy don't lie. Now, on top of that, I just recently released, I don't know if you saw it, man, the official Run2Improve design shirt.
Pick your color, gray or neon. So what you think, man? I like it, man.
Yeah, which color? What you like?
What was the neon?
The neon or the gray?
Wait, what color was the neon? Any color neon?
Yeah, it was the yellow neon.
Okay.
Yellow neon.
I guess I'll go gray.
You go gray? Okay. Yeah. And what size? Extra small?
Medium.
So yeah, guys, check that out. If you're on Facebook, go to that post, check out the shirt designs, and let me know. I'm taking a tally right now before I put in the order. Hopefully by middle of August, I'm going to be placing that order and getting it out there so we can start representing for all those that run to improve their mind, body, and soul. Let's see, what else do I have for you guys? If you guys go to the Run2Improve.com website, go under signups, and you can go ahead and get into the new virtual run that's happening already. August hot summer runs, 5K, 10K virtual run. This is something that I do for every month. just to keep me running.
How much is it?
It's free.
Oh.
Yeah, it's free, guys. All you got to do is sign up, and at the same time, you can sign up for maybe becoming a run aficionado, ambassador. So if you guys think you run and you like running and you want to be a run ambassador, check it out. Sign up there. I also have a free ebook, okay, for weight loss. Gives you some information.
And let me say this: the first person that wants to join the 420 cross country team, the first person that becomes a run aficionado that you give, they could get a free membership to the 420 cross country team.
Oh, there you heard it, guys.
So if you mention this podcast,
yeah,
you become a run aficionado. The first person that does that, they're automatically on the cross country team. We're gonna give them a free membership to the end of the year.
There you go, free membership, guys. So do it. Visit that website, Run2Improve.com. Sign up. I have all the information on there. So you can't beat it, guys. Now let's see. And just so you know, this virtual run takes place on August 5th and 6th. You decide where and when. Okay, so just go out there and run 5K or 10K. Whatever you decide, it'll keep you motivated, keep you going. Now, as you may know, me and the 420 runner, we're going to be taking down on September 30th the damn Ruck. Right?
Yeah.
You ready for this, man?
The damn Ruck, yeah.
It's called the damn Ruck N Run.
Yeah, the Ruck N Run.
The Ruck N Run.
Yeah.
I'm doing the half Ruck N Run, which is a 3-hour. It starts at 3 a.m. and they work me until 6 a.m. And then at 6 a.m. I'll do a 10K run.
Yeah.
And then it's done.
Yeah.
And then there's the full hour, which it starts at 12.
Okay.
So I don't know which one you're doing, man.
Yeah, I haven't decided which one I'm going to do, but I did notice, if you sign up now, at least they got some really good prices.
Yeah,
some really good prices. So by the time you hear this podcast, go to the Triple Dare Racing website and sign up because
and check them out, guys.
They
Definitely
got some
sign up.
Really good prices.
TripleDareRuns.com. Sign up on the registration. Go to the events. Click on this particular Ruck N Run. Once you go to registration, fill out the information. And at the end, where it says promo code, put Run2Improve. Saves you 15%.
RUN number 2
to improve.
Run2Improve.
And then it gives you that 15% discount.
15% discount.
Can't beat it. But yeah, guys, so check that out. Now, also, since I'm talking about Triple Dare, I want to first and all, actually not first because I should have done it first, but now that I'm here, I want to give a big shout out and a big congrats to Ryan Cooper, Rebecca Thomas, and Heidi Duff. They just recently finished Tushers,
baby.
Yeah, man, that thing looks crazy. High altitude, 4 summits or something like that.
Man, they're my heroes, man.
I love those guys. They're out there kicking butt, taking names.
I want to be like that when I grow up, man.
I can't wait to hear the new podcast that just came out by Trail Tales.
Oh yeah. I gotta hear that new episode of Trail Tales.
She just released something with from Threshers.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So
I gotta listen to that. Yeah, I did see a video of them eating some ants up there.
I saw that. Are you guys still hungry? I got more protein. I got those by the pound, guys. We could put some chocolate ants.
Yeah, so congratulations, guys. I love seeing these desert rats get out of this, Vegas and go do their thing.
Yup. And the last thing I have to report, guys, it's a good thing. Your boy is going out of state. Well, not out of state. It's going out of town for a weekend. I'm going to be in Reno. I'm going to be doing the Reno 10-miler and relay. I'm going to be out there on August 11th through the 14th. I'm going to be racing a relay race. It's a 10-miler race. So my partner that's running with me is Annette Schultz. She's also a good runner and a good friend of ours on Facebook. So I don't know if you have her on there, but you should look her up, man. She's a good motivational runner. She actually ran last year for a fallen runner that passed away. So rest in peace. But yeah, guys, so we're going to be going out there representing for Run2Improve and also to show our support for this cause and for this race. Once again, I would like to thank Eric LaRude. He's the president of Race 178, which is the organization that's doing this event. So thank you for bringing me out there and giving me the opportunity to represent Run2Improve to the fullest. But yeah, guys, Other than that, that's what I've been up to, man. That's my updates. That's what I've been working hard towards, getting it done. And I've been running. The last thing this whole month, I put a total of 52 miles completed.
Nice.
52 miles completed. And
congrats.
And it's been off the chain. Can't change it. Feeling good. I've been running a little bit longer distances, trying to get my mind right, trying to go after that full. And in a little way, I'm actually thinking of doing a ultra, man.
Oh. All right.
And if I do one, it's gonna be with Beyond Running Limits. I love that company, and I'm thinking
Beyond Limits.
Yeah. And I'm thinking of doing their Blue event, which is in April, which is 48-hour 50K.
Well, they're gonna have you well taken care of. I know that's one thing I know about Beyond Limits. They take care of you.
They pamper you, man.
Yeah,
I love that company. Shout outs to Ken and Stephanie.
Yes, definitely. All right, so now we're gonna briefly run down this quick schedule. We got some updates, and all right, unfortunately, guys, I got some bad news. A lot of people don't know about this. If you haven't been hanging out around me, if you don't hang out with me, or
he quit smoking again, guys.
No, if you don't hang out with me and all that stuff, or you haven't been, around, basically. I got some unfortunate news. I did sustain an injury while I was in Denver.
Oh yeah, he was telling me. Go ahead.
I'm injured. I'm injured.
Let me touch the.
I'm not gonna go into all the details. We got a lot of things we got to cover, but I do plan to make a video about that and share the video. I'm gonna show you the video when we go offline, but I am gonna make a video about the injury and break it all down. That's a little bit longer of a story than we have time for today. But due to that injury, I'm out of the ET run. The ET run on August 5th, Calico Racing. I'm out.
That was an awesome run. I was trying to get some funds for that.
So we're gonna be finding another Calico race to replace it. We're going over the schedule now. We're gonna pick out another Calico race because we definitely got to get back out there with them. So the ET run announcement, I got to pull out. Secondly, with the this, like you're saying, getting the money and stuff,
right.
This the sponsors, I guess sometimes when it's nighttime, I think I mentioned this before with the night races.
Harder.
Yeah, with the night races, with the pictures and the video, they don't have that pop that right. Kind of the sponsors are looking.
Unless we had the crew.
Unless we had like the crew and it costs the lights and stuff like that.
And it would be worth it.
It's definitely worth it. I want to go out there with the cameras and do night shots and night videos and stuff like that, but it doesn't play as well for some of the promotion that the sponsors receive when they sponsor the runners as daytime content.
No, that makes sense.
So that's another thing. It was a little bit more challenging to get the sponsorship for the night race that I ran into. And so anyways, we're going to bounce back. We're going to pick out another Calico race and knock it out the box. I'm not sure which one yet. Next, the We Can pool party. I just want to give a shout out to We Can. We got some breaking news updating with them coming up on the next episode.
Okay.
And but with the pool party, Saturday, August 12th, summertime pool party, music, live art, yoga, prizes, speakers, vendors, and your favorite cannabis cultivators, dispensaries, and producers. 4:20 p.m. to 12 a.m., 21 and up. Pre-sale $25 at wecan702.org. Day of event $30. Okay.
Nice.
And
so check that out, guys. Go check them out.
Check that out. And then we got next we got the Bud Tender Fight Club.
That's on Sunday, August 20th, guys, at 1 to 5 o'clock. So you definitely got to check that out. It's going to be located at 2550 South Rainbow Boulevard, Suite 11. And once again, this is for the Bud Tender Fight Club Cannabis Education class.
Yeah, and I missed the one in July because I was at the 420 games. So I missed the one in July. So, I want to get back in there.
Nice. No, they're going to be out there showing and sharing the information. So come out and get informed so that way you can make better decisions on this particular issue.
Yeah, and get your tickets online because they're cheaper and it sells out a lot of times. And then next we got the 420 games in San Francisco. That's on August 26th.
You're gonna be going out there.
That's the same day as Mayweather versus McGregor. So
it might be a yes, it might be a no.
But no, I'm going out there. I got to find a place in Frisco to watch the fight and everything. But yeah, definitely, I plan to go out there to San Francisco.
When is this?
This is August 26th.
So you might be planning to drive up there or what?
No. I'll catch a flight. Yeah. I'll catch a flight. Yeah, it's too far, man. It's too far to drive.
So who knows? I might come along, man.
Yeah. Get you some tickets and boom, we're there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now. All right, guys. I've been talking about the 420 games, Las Vegas. I'm not gonna get.
Is it happening?
I'm not gonna get too deep into it right now, but I'm just gonna say it's at the moment it may be tentative.
Okay.
I'm working really hard for you guys. I want the 420 games to come to Las Vegas, so I'm doing everything in my power. I'm making sure we stay in this thing here. Guys, I'm trying to make sure it goes down and. Just everybody, we need some interaction, leave some comments, I'm going to share some posts.
Let us know what you think, guys. Do you want this happening? What would you like to see,
Let's get the 420 games. I've been going around with them. We got the next one in Frisco. Anything is possible, right? It's been my goal from day one to try to get the 420 games out here, for a long time, and so it's coming, guys.
We're gonna make it happen.
It's coming. So
and we're gonna take 420.
And next I want to also talk about two more things. No, just really one more thing. The Cannabis Nurses Network Conference that's taking place on October 5th through the 7th. Okay, that's gonna be going down at my school, UNLV. Okay, it says empowering nurses through education, opportunity, recognition, and advocacy. And there's a 3-day schedule here. On the 5th, they got cannabis education for nurses. On October 6th, they got connections, workshops, and interactive sports panel. Ooh.
That might be something different.
Yes, that sports panel there. Okay, October 7th, dispensary and lab tour.
That could be something you could go ahead and give a nice little speech on.
Yeah, I gotta go check it out. October 7th, CNM2 year anniversary. Oh yeah, I think that might be Cannabis Nurses Magazine 2-year anniversary and Leaders of Nursing Awards.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds like a nice event. So again, guys, that's CNNC2017.com. Yeah, www.cnnc2017.com. This is the Cannabis Nurses Network, and the event is called the Cannabis Nurses Network Conference. Alright, and it's going to be taking place at UNLV in Las Vegas. Buy your plane tickets now, October 5th through the 7th. If you're a nurse and you know what time it is, you know what's up, or if you know a nurse, send them this podcast episode and tell them to listen to the last 5 minutes. Okay?
He'll make sure to put it itemized.
It'll be itemized. Send them, and so, as we wrap up, send this email to any nurses you know, especially if they're in the know, and have them get out here for this conference, because I could tell it's going to be something good.
It's going to be fire, guys, so don't forget it. Check that out.
Now, last thing, the race that we got coming up, 420 cross country, I believe it's September 16th. It's the Las Vegas Track Club Forest Challenge. It's going to be taking place at Mount Charleston. The Forest Challenge. Okay, guys? So, I'm going to be bringing you more news about that. They got a couple of different distances. It's going to be interesting. Again, there's going to be elevation there. If you think you're ready to go up from a 5K to a 10K or something, just stay down on the 5K and stuff.
Oh, okay, no.
So, because there's going to be elevation there. So, you got to take that into account.
Yeah, I'm going to actually start doing my ruck training, which is elevation, too.
So, this is something that, you're not necessarily going for speed. You know what I mean? It depends. Are you going up or are you going down? But it's all kind of different things. But we'll be bringing you all the news on that coming up. But it's going to be out at Mount Charleston, so it's going to be a different look in the video than we usually get. Yeah. And all that good stuff. And the rest of the fall schedule is coming soon. So I know everybody's been sending me, what's the fall schedule? What are the races going to be for September, October, November, December? That's coming soon. We're getting to that. We have a couple different ones that we've got to decide on. Of course, I'm going to do more than one a month, but as the team that we usually promote. We usually just do one a month, and we're gonna be doing it. So yeah, now I feel like kind of we're all caught up. Thanks for tuning in.
It's been a pleasure. Once again, this is your boy, Mr. Run2Improve. Thank you for having me out here.
And yeah, we are the front runners, and we're in it for the long run.